Welcome to Personal Development Mastery Podcast, and this is another snippet of wisdom where I select my most insightful moments from previous episodes. Today's snippet comes from my guest Haley Carbajal, who talks about turning self-doubt into aligned trust. Keep listening to learn how 51% belief is enough and how to question and release limiting thoughts. Let's dive right in.
The thing about self-doubt is that we're like, oh, I need to trust myself, or I need to trust the thing, or I need to trust the circumstance, or I need to, right? Trust comes up, right? It's like we're not trusting ourselves. But if you look at it, you're trusting in something anyway. You're just trusting in what you don't prefer to happen. You're trusting in the fact of a fallout. You're trusting in the fact that you're not capable. So it's not that you actually have to learn how to trust. It's that just flip the script in a way that is authentic and meaningful to you and realize that you're trusting in something anyway. So if you could trust in anything, what would you want that to be? And then, additionally, this is not mine. This is from, I believe her name is Jen Gottlieb. I don't know if I pronounced her name correctly, but she has this idea, concept that, because we've been programmed, conditioned to believe that we need to believe in ourselves 100% before we do something. And that actually is what prevents people from making decisions, because they're like, well, I don't believe in myself 100%. When in reality, if you talk to somebody who is a risk taker and really is confident, believes in themselves, they just have a smaller threshold for how much they believe in their ability to do something. They just do it. They're more impulsive, right? So if you look at it, if you can just believe in yourself or just believe in the opportunity, just 1% more than you don't believe, 51%, then that is enough to move forward. But the thing is you have to support yourself in that decision, because where there becomes destruction is in that self-doubt, going through a stress-induced visualization of the worst case scenario, believing in that more than what that moment of inspiration was. And then that's where we actually participate in our own downfall, right? All pain is resistance to the natural self. So when we're feeling that discord, when we're feeling that disalignment or that frustration or fear or scarcity, know that that's not the authentic you that's coming up, because there are incongruent beliefs with the natural self, with the core being of who you are. And those emotions are messengers to say, hey, this is the thing that's holding you back. And that doesn't mean it's a prison sentence. It doesn't mean it's forever. It just means that you're actually in alignment and going where you want to go, and you're getting what you want, because these old stagnant beliefs are coming up. But normally we define them as we're out of alignment, or it's not meant for us, or something's wrong with us, or we're not capable. And so therefore that is what we create. But if we looked at it and in the highest truth of what it actually is that these subconscious programs are no longer controlling us. That's why they've surfaced up to the conscious mind. And it is the conscious mind. It needs to be consciously identified. And therefore you can make the conscious decision to remove it. And then you're at the tail end of it. It's already done. When it no longer makes sense, it's like, okay, then we can release it. It doesn't have to be this whole grueling sit down and meditate for 30 minutes to figure it out. Sometimes that's necessary, but more often than not, it's just asking yourself intelligent questions. Is what I'm thinking really true? Is this belief that I have actually probable? Where is this coming from? Is this coming from a place of fear or from a place of faith? Is it coming from a place of empowerment or disempowerment? Whose voice is in my head? Is this my mother's? Is this my father's? Or is this mine? If we just stopped taking what we automatically think of as truth and just be the observer and be curious, don't create emotional attachment to it. Has nothing to do with you, right? If you're just like, oh, wow, this is coming from the subconscious mind to the conscious. Thank you. That means it's ready to be released and you're already on the back end of it. So just wrap it up, finish it up, let it go.
Thank you for listening. You will find the full conversation with Haley Carbajal in episode 426. The link is in the show notes. If you have been resonating with the conversations in the podcast and feel like you are at a crossroads in your life, I offer one-to-one coaching to help you gain clarity and step into your next chapter with confidence. If that sounds interesting, reach out to me and let's have a conversation. And until next time, stand out, don't fit in.